Who's starting? Let's
Mhm.
see. All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Andrew Steinman.
Maybe we should talk about how we're
Okay.
going to do this
Let's
first.
just wing it.
Okay.
So, hello, everybody. My name's Andrew Steinman,
And my name is Craig Steenstra.
and we are going to teach you how to use modeling through flipped instruction.
It's going to be awesome.
So, just a little bit about us. So, I'm a former biology teacher and now ed tech here at Ken ISD, alongside with Craig and our colleague Ron Heltman. And a little fun note about me: I also train cats.
It's true, he does. And I'm a former English teacher and also an ed tech consultant. I said I'm hyperactive outdoor enthusiast. Basically, don't like to sit still very much. So
I hear he sleeps in a tent all the time too.
sometimes. Yeah.
And just so you know, our contact info is at the bottom there, so you can use our email address or Twitter handles to get a hold of us. So our guiding question for today is: how can a teacher flip their instruction through the gradual release model? So our understanding is that all of you understand gradual release and want to understand how to use technology to do that in your classrooms. And we're going to teach you how to use flipped instruction to help address that.
And so we want to model the model. So be clear about what, why, and how we're going to go about this. So the what, we're going to learn about flipped instruction. Why, we think that you'll understand better through an example. So we're going to flip the instruction for you. So that's the how. We are recording flipped videos that follow the gradual release model, and hopefully by the end you will be independent learners.
So our objectives for today is for you to know what flipped instruction is and how it works with gradual release, understand how to flip your instruction, and then be able to create an instructional video for the purpose of modeling.
So brief overview, there's going to be an intro to flipped instruction, and I'll look at the types of flipping. There's not just one kind, so it can take on many different forms. A closer look at how gradual release fits with flipped instruction, and then I'll be covering some of how the technology, or some of the technology you can use and how to use it, and tips for flipping, and then we'll wrap it up with an activity asking you to actually create a final work product.
We wanted to go over some of the norms for this session. This is a little bit different because typically you are face-to-face with us, which you have one of us in the room right now, but typically it's one of us kind of leading the session, and it's that more direct instruction that's happening face-to-face, and we wanted to produce this in video, and so we thought there might be some different norms with this type of learning. So what we came up with is we still want you to listen with attention. So when you are watching these videos, please actually be watching the video and not checking email and other things.
Or other YouTube videos.
Yes, you might get distracted by the advertisements that pop up after these videos. Also, use your computer to support learning. So again, just kind of staying on track with what we want you to learn. So we have a Google Doc that you're going to follow throughout this session, and you'll have a couple different links on there. We want to make sure that you're kind of following the structure that we put in place. So take notes too. It's really easy to kind of just sit and listen to the videos and not actually write anything down. And yes, these videos will be accessible after today, but it's really important for you as the learner to just take notes so you have something quick to reference. And don't be afraid to ask questions. So Craig and myself are in our individual sessions with you guys, and we're here to help. And that's part of this flip model too, is the facilitator takes leave from that, sage on the stage and becomes the guide on the side, as they say. And so that's what we are today. We're the guide, and please let us help you.
That's what we'll be doing, walking around and helping you as you need them. But we can't know if you need help if you don't tell us.
Exactly.
So we're going to move into the next section, which is the intro to flipped instruction. So glad you could be here, and let's get going.
And maybe we should take some time to talk about what we just did with the learners. I think this might be good because when people think about creating these flip videos, they think it's a lot of work up front and it takes a whole lot of time, which honestly, I mean, it does take some work up front. Craig and I do have some experience with creating these videos, but this is our first take on this video, and I felt like it went pretty well.
I mean, it's obviously very well polished. So
yeah, and that's something too, is it doesn't have to be perfect. And you know that we stumbled a little bit throughout the video, and that's okay.
Yeah.
If you were to do this with your students, they'll understand, because that kind of stuff happens when you're with them face to face already.
Right. And so a couple of minor stutters or pauses or, little mistakes are expected and not worth re-recording for, I guess.
And sometimes it can be funny for the learner too, is that if you mess up on something, you might laugh about it a little bit inside, and the kids will laugh about it too. And that's part of creating these videos, is to incorporate some humor in there. And so we'll try to do that. We're not comedians by any means, but we'll do our best. Anything else we should share?
I think that's good.
All right. I think that's good too. So, all right, now we'll move on to the next lesson on Introduction to Flipped Instruction.